If you want to lose weight and become a skinny legend this year, then you need to watch your habits. All the things that I mentioned here that you probably also do or that you relate to, it's not your personality, it's not who you are, you're not a faulty person. Don't make this so much about, oh, and I cannot lose any weight and what's wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with you. Yeah, you just have habits that suck. And I'm gonna help you to change that. Just reprogramming your little brain, which we're gonna do. This was me when I was overweight, unhappy, frustrated. Yes, I'm forcing a smile, but I was not happy. And I tried to lose weight so many times, and I did. I was able to lose weight, but the yo-yo effect always happened. Because losing the weight, guys, is not the problem. The problem is to keep it off. The reason why I always went into yo-yo territory, where my weight always bounced back up, is because I just had really weird habits that I was not aware of. And that's why I stayed fat until I became aware of those habits. Awareness is literally the key to becoming your best self. We're going to talk about habits, and habits is just programmed behavior that your brain replays over and over again. If you feel like you're doing everything right, but you're not losing the weight, then you need to pay attention. So if you want to get into your dream body this year, do it in a healthy way. We're not starving ourselves. We're not following any like weird ass diets. On this channel, you will learn how to become your best self, how to glow up in a healthy way, in a sustainable way. And this video will literally blow your mind, give you so much freaking clarity, and help you to finally drop the weight for good. You have to have dessert. This is a habit that I started with my boyfriend because my boyfriend needs to have dessert. And you know how it is when you live with a partner, you just adopt their behaviors. So I started to always feel like I need to have dessert. That's just part of my routine. This is how a habit gets created. You do one thing maybe 1 or 2 times, and then suddenly you feel like you have to do it again and again and again. I can tell you probably 50% of the time, I don't need dessert. I am already full. What that means is I'm overeating. And overeating is what is keeping you fat, what is keeping you from losing weight, what is making you gaining weight. In a lot of my videos, you can check out the videos on my page, I talk a lot about overeating because that is the main problem when it comes to weight gain. Overeating always means you're eating too much. If I'm not hungry anymore after my meal, sometimes I'm quite full, and then I'm like, I need to have dessert. I'm making decisions from here. Yeah, this is my brain. My brain wants to keep the habit alive of now eating dessert because obviously it's dopamine. It makes my brain feel good in the moment, but I'm not making decisions from here. And when we want to stop our overeating, we want to learn to make decisions from here. And that can be challenging. But we have to practice this because this is what intuitive eating is. This is what creating a skinny girl mindset does. You start to make decisions from here, from your stomach, not from your brain. Your brain always wants to eat. So you don't have to have dessert. You want to make the choice from having dessert from here. Do I still want to eat? Do I still have space to eat? If the answer is no, I don't care if it's dessert time. You don't need to have a dessert. If you want dessert and there's space for dessert, have it, enjoy it. And if you feel like you really like dessert and you want to have dessert and you don't want to give up that habit, then you need to eat less for your main meal so you have space for dessert, so you're not overeating. Second weird habit that I did was I was keeping myself full all day long because I was scared of being hungry. When you come from a dieting background where you maybe starved yourself or you got really, really hungry, your body went into trauma from starvation, and now you get really scared of being hungry. But you're not starving. We have supermarkets. There's always a food abundance there. We're never gonna starve. You can wait to your next meal. But I felt like I need to be full all the time. I always had to snack in between my meals. If I went out for a few hours, I always had to have a little snack with me. And when you do that, when you constantly eat, first of all, you're not going to lose weight. And second of all, you are not in tune with your hunger and fullness signals anymore. You might be so detached from that you don't even know what real hunger is anymore. So the first step for you, if you resonate with this, is to really stop snacking in between meals and wait for your next meal. Even though this might be uncomfortable for you, this is obviously a habit change. Snacking is also a habit. But you need to learn to actually become hungry and be okay with hunger. Hunger is not a problem. Hunger is a normal sensation in your body because hunger tells you that now your body is ready for more energy. If you're not hungry, your body actually doesn't need more food because it's not ready for more energy. It already has enough energy. Besides that, it's not healthy for your gut. Your gut health is crucial for your overall well-being, for your longevity, for your hormonal health, for your mental health. Your gut needs rest from digestion. That's why I personally like to do a circadian fast. That means I fast for 12 hours where I don't eat. After dinner, let's say it's 8 o'clock, I don't eat until 8 o'clock the next morning. Habit number 3 that I did that kept me fat was volume eating. A lot of people suggest volume eating. For some people, it really works to lose weight, especially if you have a lot of weight to lose. Instead of eating huge amounts of junk food, you can eat like a really big salad, feel really full, feel satisfied, and you don't have a lot of calories. So a lot of people lose weight with volume eating. I was able to lose weight with volume eating. But here's a problem that I find with volume eating and why I'm not a big fan of it. And you can disagree, but this is just my opinion. You will not get used to smaller portions. Your stomach will not actually shrink. So if you then get to a smaller size, you are still used to eating big portions. You don't actually have a real idea about a normal portion for you. And that's how I gained weight again. Because when you're so used to eating these big portions, you will also then be used to eating big portions with more unhealthy foods, more unhealthy meals. You will not really shrink your stomach. So volume eating personally for me is not a good habit because you don't want to be used to huge portions. You want to get used to normal sized portions for the body that you want to have. Because we want to stop the overeating. We don't want to keep training to overeat even though it's low calorie. The next habit is eating clean because, being healthy. I didn't lose any weight by eating clean because I was eating too much. A lot of like the really healthy foods that are super fatty, like avocado, peanut butter. Peanut butter has so many calories, guys. Any nut butter, almond butter, yes, almond butter is healthy. People talk about, olive oil is so healthy. Yes, olive oil is healthy, but it is super high in calories. So don't like pour the olive oil over like this. Have a teaspoon or have less than a teaspoon. I actually have a little spray and just spray some olive oil into the pan. So if you think, oh God, I eat so healthy, but I don't lose weight, that could be the reason why. Because you have all these hidden calories, or you eat a lot of nuts, like a handful of nuts. A handful of nuts can, depending on the hand size, can range from 100 calories to 500 calories. So you really want to be mindful with those healthy fats or all the healthy treats that you see on TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest. Treats with dates. Dates are also really high in calories. They are good alternatives to junk food. And people think, oh no, but it's healthy. This used to be me. I used to make these healthy treats from Pinterest and I was like, oh, it's so healthy. And I was not able to lose any weight. I think I actually put on weight because I was eating all these healthy date bars. Each of those bars had like 300 calories. Be mindful of that. The next habit is plate clearing. Just because it's on your plate doesn't mean you have to finish it. You don't need to finish the plate from your partner or your friend or your kids. You need to be able to either throw food away, or if you don't want to waste food, cook smaller portions, become really aware of how much you can eat, or put things in the fridge. Doesn't matter how small the portion is, you're gonna put it in the fridge. This comes into my brain. My brain is like,
it's not that much left, I can just finish it. Just finish it. It's not worth to put in the fridge.
That is a lie your brain tells you. The brain just wants to keep eating because you're making decisions from here. But we're not making that anymore. We're making decisions from here. And here, you will know that you're full. So you need to be able to put food away. Doesn't matter, put the food away in a little box, no matter how small the portion is. You're gonna feel so much better and you're gonna consume less calories. We wanna get into a skinny girl mindset. That's what I'm trying to teach you. And skinny girls, naturally skinny girls, they don't like to feel stuffed. They don't have the thought, oh, I just gotta push it in because it's still on my plate. This is a habit we oftentimes learn from childhood because our parents were often like, oh, just finish your meal. You can't get up until you finish your meal, even though you were already full. When you're in a restaurant, don't finish the plate just because you paid for it. Get a goodie bag. Next habit is going overboard on buffets or on holidays because fear of missing out. Fear of missing out is also a crazy idea. Because what do you mean? You need to eat everything now from the buffet or everything from the party plate because this is your only opportunity to eat this now. I used to overeat so badly on buffets that I felt physically sick because I felt like all this food, it goes to waste. I have this one opportunity now. I paid for it. If it's like a paid buffet, I need to try everything. And oftentimes buffet food is not even that good. The same goes for holidays. Like when I'm on holiday and I'm like in a destination where I probably won't come back to, I feel like I have to eat everything to make it worth it. The bagel in New York, the pastry shop in Paris, there will always be a pastry somewhere that you will like to eat. There will always be a bagel that you will like to eat. There will always be this special ice cream that this city has that you need to try. Choose a few special things that you want to try. I will go to other destinations. This is not my last holiday. I live maybe in a nice city where they have lots of food options. I'm not doing this anymore. I did this for a long time. Is I order starter, main, dessert, drink. I have no idea how many calories this is, but it's a lot, and I would be absolutely stuffed after the dessert. You never feel good. There's really rarely where I order a starter and then normally I have a few bites and then my boyfriend will finish it, or it's going to be a really light starter like a little salad or edamame. When there is a bread basket, you can count on that I would be already full by the time my main arrives. And then I still gonna have the dessert afterwards as well. Like, the overeating was just insane. It's totally fine to order all of them, but then don't overeat on them. Have a skinny girl mindset when you order them. Have a few bites of the starter. Eat your main. Have a little bit of the dessert. Share the dessert. Have one drink. You're gonna save so much more money. You don't need to pay for starter, main, dessert, 5 drinks. When I started doing this, the first few times, I would just be like, I don't want a starter, I just have a main. And what comes up with my brain? This is not enough food. What I now always say is, let's see how we feel after the main. If we're still hungry, we can still order the starter. The starter is still gonna be on the menu. And guess what? You're never hungry after your main. You're ready for your dessert, or you're already completely full, and you definitely don't want a starter after the main. Next crazy habit that I used to do that I'm really working on, this is one that I'm still working on, to be honest, is mindless snacking during work hours. When you work from home, you're close to the kitchen. And I notice myself get up, walk to the cupboard, open the cupboard, ready to get a snack out. And I literally have to call myself out in the moment and be like, what are you doing? This is pretty much what snacking in between meals is during working hours. You just procrastinate, or you're trying to avoid feelings, stress, but the feeling is still gonna be there afterwards. You still have to do the task. And then you have overeaten, and then you have had extra calories. You probably didn't even enjoy it because it was really mindless snacking, just to give you this little dopamine hit. So this is where you need to become aware of. Every time you want to get up and snack, you're gonna set a timer of 5 minutes and be like, hey, I'm gonna sit and wait 5 minutes and see what happens. Have healthy snacks. Have some carrot sticks, have some celery sticks, have some cut apples, have a couple of rice cakes that you can nibble on, have chewing gums. The next really annoying habit that I used to do that really kept me fat was eating while I was cooking. Cook your meal and you're just like nibble a little bit here, nibble a little bit there. I make my yogurt bowl in the morning, and instead of just waiting until the nuts that I put on at the end, I like keep eating nuts while I was making my yogurt bowl. And oftentimes when you finish cooking your meal, guess what? You're not even that hungry anymore because you have eaten already so much while you were cooking. So this is my rule now. Like, I'm not eating anything until my meal is on the table. And normally what I do is I chew chewing gum while I cook, because that really helps me to not put anything in my mouth, because I already have gum in my mouth. This is when you are in a relationship, and I really have that with my boyfriend, is food envy. I am worried that he will finish certain foods that we have, and so I need to be quicker. I need to finish it, or I need to get enough of the portion so that I don't feel deprived. Then you have a lot of like eating stress. You're like, oh, I need to like finish this now, or I need to get half of the portion. My boyfriend also likes to eat, and he is a tall man. Like, he can eat obviously a lot more than I can. So I don't need to keep up with this. But it feels like, because we share a lot of our food, then you have this food envy, like, oh, I need to like get my portions worth. I need to also be able to get some of the popcorn or some of the chocolate or whatever it is. And I was not aware of this for a long time. And then I had this realization, wow, sometimes it really gives me anxiety when we buy something and then I see it's already half gone, but I don't really eat that much of it. Then now I have to like eat it. So now what I do is I either buy my own stuff. That gives me peace of mind, and I can just take as long as I need, because I don't actually need to eat that many snacks or treats throughout the day or week. So for me, it works best if I just, things that I really like and I don't want to rush eating them, I just buy my own stuff. This is about secret calories. I was not aware there are liquid calories. Yes, I know Coke has calories and a lot of sugar, so I never really drank normal Coke. But alcohol, for me, that doesn't have any calories. Starbucks coffee doesn't have any calories with a syrup in it. It doesn't feel like it has calories because you don't get full from it. So you can just keep drinking. The difference is beer. I feel beer really fills you up. Prosecco, wine, spirits, you can just drink and you're not getting full because nothing really ends up in your stomach to be digested. We had this time, I think this was during COVID, when I put on a lot of weight and we just had so much wine throughout the week. We probably had like 3 bottles of wine a week or something. First of all, it's poison for your body. It doesn't really make you feel good. It also makes you gain weight. I love an Aperol Spritz. But Aperol Spritz, I think, has like around 200 calories. If you have 3 Aperol Spritz, that's already 600 calories just on top of your meals. And I still kind of work on this a little bit, is that I feel like I need something sweet after every meal. I need something sweet after breakfast, even though my breakfast is already sweet because I'm having a yogurt bowl with berries. After lunch and after dinner, something in here is telling you this, like this voice, this food noise in here, that is not truly you. The food noise that is telling you all this BS is not you. This is your lower self. This is your lower brain that just wants to keep the habit alive. Your future self, that is your true self. And from that place, you want to start making decisions, because all that nonsense that your brain is telling you that is driving you to overeat or eat more than you actually need or want, that is not truly you. So now when the voice comes in, it's like, just get something sweet. I'm like, this is just my old habit talking. This is not me. This is not who I am now. And I have a skinny mindset and I eat when I'm hungry, and when I want a treat or a snack, that's fine. But then I really want to make that decision clearly and enjoy it. We're gonna get obsessed with feeling our best and not obsessed with food. So I ate when my boyfriend was hungry. We were out, my boyfriend wanted to get lunch. I wasn't actually really hungry, but I was like, yeah, sure, let's get lunch. My boyfriend wants popcorn after dinner. I'm already super full. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's eat more popcorn. My boyfriend is a tall man. I don't have the same body, and I just need to eat for my body, not for his body. So I don't need to eat just because he's eating. But that was something that I had to become aware of because I was not even aware of it. The next habit is also a little bit cray-cray. I think a lot of people do that. Eating because it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner time. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever your time is for breakfast. It's 1 o'clock for lunch. Whether or not you're hungry doesn't really matter. You just eat because it's time. And you're going to be hungry for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you stop all your snacking in between your meals. But oftentimes we have so many snacks in between that we're not even hungry for lunch, but we still eat it because it's 1 o'clock. And this is all about retraining yourself. We're really gonna retrain completely our eating behavior. You're gonna eat a lot of times when you're not hungry, and that is okay. But what is important is that you become aware of it, and then you will do it less and less. It's not about being completely perfect from the beginning. That will probably not happen. Don't beat yourself up if you overeat. I still overeat. That is totally okay. It's about the amount that you overeat. You want to reduce it. The next habit is I had to eat food before it went bad. If I buy food and it's in the fridge and it's about to go bad because I've not cooked it, I have to eat it. Whether or not I'm hungry, whether or not I want to make dinner or not, whether or not I want to eat this cheese or whatever it is, this yogurt or not, I have to eat it. I cannot throw it away. That just tells me, okay, I need to make better choices with my meal planning. And this habit now, I think you will know this, I call it effort eating. You screwed up your perfect streak or your perfect day of being perfect, and then you're like, oh, F it, now the day's ruined, now I'm just gonna stuff my face. And then the amount of calories you consume is absolutely crazy compared to that maybe one chocolate bar that you had, because now it's a ruined day, now it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. It's like this idea of you spilled water on a table and then you're like, oh my god, I spilled water on the table, and then you just pour water on the table. It's actually an insane behavior because our brain is just so crazy. Like, it gives us this really stupid justification for keeping this unhealthy habit alive, which makes no freaking sense. But what effort eating also tells me is that you might be too strict with your rules around food and what to eat. And maybe you're eating too little calories. Maybe you're having a lot of food rules, a lot of off-limit foods that you never eat. Try to loosen that a little bit and incorporate more unhealthy foods into your normal routine so that you don't feel restricted from those foods and then you have to go overboard and binge on those foods. Your brain comes in the sneakiest ways and tries to seduce you with stuff that sounds sounds kind of logical in the moment. Just become aware of like, my brain is just being an idiot. It just tries to keep that habit alive. That's all your lower brain is doing. That's why I mean the food noise is not really you, it's your lower brain. This should not be the decision maker. This should be the decision maker. And this is why I love adopting a skinny girl mindset and talking about it, because that's what naturally thin women do. If you want to hear more healthy eating advice, also maybe see some recipes, make sure to follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about adopting a skinny girl mindset, make sure to watch this video next.